accurate story about why some people are upset, including, guess who? J.R.R. Tolkien, right? So he basically said it's being treated carelessly, recklessly, and showing no evidence of sign of appreciation what it's all about, the new TV show. Okay? And he'd be correct. It's his book. Okay, I thought he was dead, but apparently not. The creator of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings torched the film treatment for adaptation, right? In a letter to Forrest, did not hold back his criticism. The film's treatment, it gives us an idea what he might have thought about the Amazon Studios' upcoming Lord of the Rings, right? So I see what they're saying. Okay, they're basing it off a letter he once wrote. So towards the beginning of the letter, he apologized for his tone, but he wrote, and he said, when I explain it, but I would ask him to make an effort to sufficiently understand the irritation and occasion of resentment of an author who finds increasingly his work treated as it would carelessly in general, places recklessly, and no evidence of signs of appreciation what it was all about. Okay, that's the problem people are having with the TV show right now. Tolkien makes it very clear they should be respected no matter what the medium is, the narratives, basically, he's talking about, and no intrusion of unwarranted matter I'm going to perceive in where the core of the original lies. He also took issue with reducing the story to a series of fights. He has cut parts of the story upon which the characteristic and the tone depends on preferring the fights is what he's trying to say, right? Instead of the heart of the tale, the journey of the rain bearers, he wants to, show the emotional side of things, right? So the last important part of this is simply been murdered, right? So the criticism of treatment was also a contradiction of time, something of Amazon Studios. That's what I was wondering too, because some people are like, well, where is Gandalf? Well, if they're going to go back to the Reigns of Powers at 1,000 years before. So the timeline's already all screwed up. The dwarves are screwed up because dwarven women should be wearing beards. I don't have a problem with them being black. I do have a problem with elves being black because they're white. They already have black elves, so they already changed the entire realm making this, right? So they contradicted everything, every book, every video game, and it has nothing to do with the color of skin. It's just you're placing the wrong color of the skin and the wrong characters, and it messes up stuff. I've already explained that elves have a tendency to look down at people. They have long hair. They're very, they put their nose on everybody. They're not going to mix races like that because they don't see it as pure. That's just, the elves are racist. The black elves they already have, like I said, they're the baddest of the bunch in my opinion. So the showrunner explained the decision to counteract the timeline, the reigns of power. So they're already trying to say that they're already trying to come up with excuses why they've already contradicted the time. They've already mixed everything up. So now if it's true, the exact letter of law, you're going to be telling a story in which human characters are dying off every season because you're jumping 200 years in time and you're not meeting really big important canon characters until season 4. So they were already planning on the big characters ain't coming along in season 4. Look, there might be some fans who want us to do a documentary Middle Earth, but we're going to tell a story that unites these things, right? You're telling a story that doesn't make any sense, and that's what you're being criticized for. And it doesn't help that you got authors writing other articles that don't understand that and think that people are just being racist, and it's not the case. You are literally screwing up the Lord of the Rings, and even Tolkien criticized it. Here, I may say I failed to see why the time scheme should be deliberately contradicted. It is already rather packed in the original, the main action between September 22nd following the year. The many impossibilities, absurdities, which further hurrying, I suppose, to be observed, crucial, blah, 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 right? While discussing the use of this, Tolkien expresses that he would resent perversions of his characters. I do not earnestly hope that in an assessment of actual speeches to the characters that they would be represented as I've presented them in a style and sentiment. I should resent perversion of these characters, and I do resent it so far as that appears in a sketch even more than a spoiling of the plot of the scenery. The Reigns of Power has made it clear they do intend to pervert Tolkien's characters in a puff piece to promote the TV show for Vanity Fair. And it's sad. You can read this whole entire article. Basically, he just rips into him, man. And he just gets tired of it. So I'm going to post this article. You could read it for yourself. But yeah, Tolkien pretty much said that, you know what? Your TV show is going to suck.